Welcome, plant healers, to the Plant Healer's Path. I'd like you to picture for just a moment the concrete that's covering much of your city, and frankly, much of every city. Now imagine just a small crack somewhere in that concrete, crack rested open by the heavy breathing freeze and thaw of a living earth highly intolerant of stasis and control. Picture also a vibrant green expression of the vital force as it sinuously wriggles and forces its way upwards through the crack towards the sun, resplendent with its disorderly leaves, its shameless yellow flower heads, unbowed and unsaddened, the proverbial outlaw dandelion. We healers, herbalists, and culture shifters of all kinds are a lot like dandelions, a lot like them in our finding ways to sprout in even the most sterile of environs, in our promotion of diversity, in our penetration of the supposedly impenetrable. We're a lot like them in our resistance to restraint, and in our seeking and discovering of openings and opportunities that allow both our true nature and nature's healing ways to blossom again. Like that dandelion, we plant healers are by nature agents of both restoration and a great enlivening, as well as being symbols of strong if gentle persistence in the face of eras of increased repression, exclusion, distraction, or neglect. Plant healers have at times joined with dandelions in being demeaned by society, denigrated like weeds. Most importantly, the encroaching concrete that the dandelion suffers underneath bedevils us herbalists as well, in the form of not only oppressive regulation and restrictions, but also in the form of our own traditions and beliefs, any time they limit our evolution or limit our innovation. We're struggling against official systems and biases that can make folks with any level of knowledge and expertise feel nonetheless insufficient, unworthy, excluded, or trivialized. And in that crusting slurry of self-doubt that can wash over us and cement us to the floor. Like the dandelion, herbalism itself and alternative culture in all forms prospers, gestates, spreads surreptitiously whenever it's suppressed. Feeling right at home in the soil, in the so-called underground, neither walls nor borders can restrain it, and if there's but a single fissure anywhere in that which holds it down, it is through this opening that our practices will surge forth into the light of day once more. Just as a weed, by frankly a majority of citizens, poisoned with herbicides or ignominiously yanked from the ground by even some of the lovers of gardens, the dandelion nonetheless continues to not only persist, but flourish. This plant serves us both as a symbol and as an agent of insistent self-determination in the face of conformity and control, in the face of all that tries to hold us back. It's an expression of a natural resurgent vitality and creative resistance to all the unhealthy ways and stultifying sameness of this dominant paradigm we're under. It is medicine for the liver, medicine for the ecosystem, medicine for our ways of perceiving ourselves and our role in this world and work. Thus, I call it a dandelion resurgence, dandelion healing, dandelion delight. And like the dandelion, the plant healer's practice is itself a living thing, as caring as the most sentient creature, while also being plant-like in its powers of resilience, resumption, and regeneration. Again and again, Folk herbalism has quieted and receded, sometimes of its own accord, other times systematically repressed. Natural healing has been alternately embraced and dissed. In its autumns and its winters, it is drawn into itself, its roots continuing to grow, but its vines resting from their earlier wranglings, its leaves fallen or hung snow-bent in contemplation. In natural healing's springs and summers, new growth is awakened, and new sprouts burst forth from hungering seeds. In its most recent manifestation, our Dandelion Resurgence is a response to the placation, the reduced enthusiasm, the timidity, the complacency that can affect any comfortably successful field, which herbalism has indeed become. This resurgence is an eruption of community, an alliance of folk herbalists who for far too long felt peripheral, excluded by the systems of membership and degrees, offended as I am by hierarchy, and most likely alienated by the increasing stress and pressures around professional status, mainstream acceptance, and indeed needed income. This Dandelion Resurgence includes the small-time medicine makers like yourselves, who feel threatened, sidelined, or alienated by slick commercialization and impersonal corporatism. This resurgence includes all of you who feel that the conditions of our society and of our planet require that we rise up and do our personal best to heal them, making changes from the ways that we grow our food and medicine to making healthcare available to even the most marginalized among us, and doing our part to protect and rewild the habitats from which both we and our precious herbs emerge. Every bit as important as a return to our roots that I'm always talking about is for all of us to reclaim herbalism's intrinsic spirit, its essential organic nature, its informality and egalitarianism, its social consciousness and its outrageous response. Ours is a remembering of the original feelings and motivations that always inspired this work with medicinal plants to begin with. And ours is a surging forward to self-empowerment and grassroots action, mated with a reawakening of curiosity, of our excitement, and the giddy pleasures of this healing work. What we are doing together is fostering and fueling a resurgence of empowered herbalism. Our resurgence is made up of strong passions and caring insistence, of wild-heartedness and nonconformity, of awareness and the action that must follow, of love and devotion that, just like that healthful outlaw dandelion, a love that bursts through even the hardest of concrete. Trust me, we have within us the dandelion's wondrous, weedy powers, and nothing can ever keep us down. No one can ever hold us back from this needed healing